evening. Just gonna post the live to my Instagram story. And all that good stuff. Evening. Just gonna post the live to my Instagram story. Okay, where did the share button go? Where's the share button? Good Lord. Things are just not, there it is. Okay, things are just not going the way I want them to today. Okay, there. Post on Instagram. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm just having a night. Albums. Backgrounds. Doot. Excuse me, Link. Doot, doot. Okay. All right, posted to Instagram. All right. Good night. I am so sweaty for some reason today. But it's okay. It's okay. We're good. Got my iced coffee. Let's crochet something. Let's go for the bucket of yarn. I gathered up lots of yarn for this evening. Let's make a bucket hat. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start the night off with a quick, simple bucket hat. Hello everyone, welcome to the live. Sorry we were delayed tonight. I accidentally dumped my pasta in the sink when I was draining it, and yeah, it's been a day. So please double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. If you don't mind, that would probably make this day feel a lot better. All right, where's my 5mm? Where's my 5? There's my 5. If I can get it. All right, we got it. Let's crochet a bucket hat for the night. Find the end. Where is the end? There's the end. Okay. Yes, we're market prepping tonight. And then this is a pattern by Knotting Hook Crochet. Similar to the bucket hats Passionate Kelsey makes, but I add my own little bit of flair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did you watch your last? Yeah, I watched it. I mostly lurked. But it was a good live stream. Nothing is going the way I want it to go today. There we go. Okay. Whew. I am sweating like a pig this evening, and I don't know why, and it's really annoying. Okay, dude. Alright, second row. So, hope everybody is doing well. Had a bit of a day, and I'm getting over a cold. But I got a lot done. I filmed a tutorial. That'll probably come out beginning of August, I'd like to say. And I made a bunch of scrubbies for my upcoming market at the end of August. Took a nap, and then I accidentally dumped my pasta in the sink when I was making dinner, so I had to crash out a bit and then make more pasta, because I had the sauce in another pan. So normally if something like that happens, I would just immediately have ordered a pizza or something, but I had all this sauce, so. And I'm half Italian, so yes, I did scream quite primally. Put it in the family group chat, and everyone was equally horrified at my predicament. Well, the immediate family group chat. I don't talk to my extended family on that side of the family. Okay. Alright, second round done. I really like this yarn. This yarn is Loops and Threads, classic cotton. Where's the color? Where's the color? Where's the color? Pastel ombre. But it's identical to Little Lily Sugar and Cream Buttercream. So, there you have it. All right, now in this round I forget how I'm supposed to increase, so give me 1 second. Again, I'm just a disaster today. Here's one I finished a while ago. You just take a peek at how I did the increases. So I know you're supposed to do clusters of 4 for one of the increase. Okay. I just can never remember. Is the cluster of 4 on the 3rd round or the 4th round? It's on the 4th round. 3. You were going to ask about the yarn. Yeah, I thought ahead tonight, which is the one thing going for me. Yeah, it's identical to Lily Sugar and Cream Buttercream, but it's Loops and Threads. So it was a smidge cheaper. But I think when I need to resupply on this color, I don't know. Either I'll buy it from Yarn Inspirations, because with Yarn Inspirations you can get the bigger size skeins of these colors. I'd love it if they made a cone of this color, because it's a very nice pastel rainbowy color. Air conditioning. Glorious air conditioning. It's been soup here in Pennsylvania. And the AC at work broke on Thursday, so I was struggling. But it's finally Saturday night. We're live. Got my coffee. I did have another box of pasta, so I was able to boil that. But yeah, that's why the live is slightly delayed tonight, because I generally want to jump on by at least 6:45, and I didn't jump on till like 7:15, because I had to remake my dinner and cry a little bit and then retouch up my eyeshadow. Alright, row 3. Done. Here's how it looks. I do like this pattern. Okay, so now for the next one. Okay. Pretty, thank you. Yeah, this yarn is so pretty. I want like 30 cones of it. Make all of my like cotton yarn patterns in this yarn. Okay, now for this round I gotta do 4 clusters. Then 3. And 4. 2, 3, 4. If you're just joining the live, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button for more fun crochet fun. Blessings in crocheting. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Wait, no, I screwed that one up. Dang it, I'm really just out of it today. 3, 4. 4. Yeah, I know I said last time we'd probably be doing a Granny Square live, but it is entirely too hot to be sitting under a king-size blanket made out of acrylic. So we'll probably do that sometime next week. Yeah, we'll do that probably on either Tuesday or next Saturday, depending on, which day is cooler. Probably Saturday, because this heat wave is supposed to break. But for now, we're doing summer. We are market prepping. I mean, I have a lot of inventory. It's just filling out where everything is lacking. Like bucket hats, and especially a lot of like red, white, and blue stuff, because my market is going to be in Buffalo Bills territory. And I do this market pretty much every summer, and my red, white, and blue stuff is my money maker. So I want to come in swinging with a big amount of inventory for it. No, I'm an Eagles girly, but I'll sling other team stuff for the money. Okie dokie. Ta-da! But right now we're just doing a pretty pastel rainbow because I want to. Because nothing else is going right for me. It's been a week. It's just a cord because I have terrible cable management. Three. How has your day been? Not great, my friend. Not great. I mean, obviously better than some. My house hasn't burned down. My cats are healthy. My family's healthy. Just string of bad luck. I keep dropping things. I'm not really feeling the best between allergies and the heat. I've just been... I had a very long week at work. I just have a very long to-do list. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Work stress, I'm buying a house, my brother's getting married, my parents are retiring soon, and I'm just rapidly hitting middle age all at once. And I don't like it. And then I was making dinner tonight. You're starting your first business soon and I'm really stressed. Yeah, I can understand that stress. And then we jumped on live late tonight because I accidentally dumped my pasta in the sink while I was draining it. So I had to go and boil more pasta because I had the sauce in another pan. And if I didn't have that sauce already ready to go, I probably would have just been like, nope, screw it, and ordered a pizza. But trying to not order as much takeout because I need to save money for a down payment on a house. Which, I mean, that's also stressful. It's a lot of math, and I'm not good at math. Also, it's just too hot, so. Today's just kind of been one thing after the other. Where in the world are you? I am in Pennsylvania. A state that is really terrible to be in right now because it's humid. You're in New York State. Where in New York? I spend a lot of time in the Finger Lakes region. Yeah, we're fairly close. Okay. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Round 5. Rochester. When I go visit New York, I'm kind of Rochester adjacent. In the Finger Lakes, so about an hour away from Rochester. If traffic behaves on I-86. hate I-86. I hate it almost as much as I hate I-80. Okay. Got 5. God, see, my brain does not want to work today. I can't remember how to. Okay. Alright, we've hit the part where we're just doing continuous rounds. So the crown top is done. Ooh, ah, pretty rainbow. But so now it's just time for some nice continuous rounds. Part of hat making I love because I don't have to think or do math. Wearing that on my head. It's part of my religion. Cover your hair. Speaking of which, I really need a haircut. I haven't had a good haircut since 2019. It's way too long. I am Eastern Orthodox Christian. And there goes the lovely AC again. I love air conditioning. You believe in science. I mean, Orthodox believes in science too. I believe in science. Science is real. Who created the science? Who would think of it? We're all just a big Sims game. No, science is good. Believe science. If you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit the subscribe button. Please pardon the roar in the background. That's the air conditioning because it is soup in Pennsylvania right now. My windows are seriously all fogged up. And I've given up emptying the tanks on my dehumidifier. It just keeps filling up so quick. Especially the floor I'm currently on. So the way my house is, like, the first floor is partially underground, which is why in the past I've vlogged through literal tornadoes. I just sit here and kept crocheting because I'm partially underground, so it's fine. Okay. Doop. So we're making pretty good progress on that. This hat. Again, this pattern is by Knotting Hook Crochet. I know Passionate Kelsey makes these hats and sells them a lot, but I do mine differently than both the tutorial and her because my gauge is weird. Because I was in an accident 15 years ago, so my hands are weird. Like if I wanted to follow Aaliyah here, I don't know. She hasn't been in chat yet. I assume she'll come at some point. I know I'm kind of off schedule tonight. Jumped on later than I usually do. I know my mom said she'd jump on at some point too to log in, and if we need a mod, I'll just call my brother and be like, get on here and moderate my chat, you weenie. And he'll throw a fit, but still do it because I'm his sister. But oh well. You had issues with getting the gauge right on this hat too. Yeah, well, my problem is my hands, because I have no feeling in my hands, and I actually have very little strength in my hands because of an accident I was in 15 years ago. So normally if I want to meet gauge for a pattern, I have to go down a hook size or two. To the point where I just automatically do that for every pattern I come across when I do, on the rare occasion, follow one. Like for this one, I followed the tutorial to see how this hat was made, but I always end up doing my own thing in the end. Okay, in that chat, there's no way of proving that. Yeah, there's no way of proving it. But that means there's no way of disproving it either. I mean, technically we haven't proven that the giant flying spaghetti monster doesn't exist. Hi, Aaliyah. We were just wondering where you were. I mean, everybody's been behaving, just... Huh, normally you're here by now. I mean, it's okay, because I started the live late today, too. So again, as I was just saying, I've been having quite the day. If you saw my Instagram story, you'll know what happened. Check on something before staying. Ah, okay. Yeah. That's fair. But, yes. To catch you up, I've just had a really terrible conga line of bad luck today. Which culminated in me accidentally dumping my pasta down the sink. And needing to boil new pasta because I had sauce in another pan. And if I didn't have the sauce in another pan, I would have just ordered a pizza. Because I was just ready to crash out Italian style. Because I am half Italian. Yeah, I was trying to strain it. I have a lid strainer and then a clip-on strainer, and they both failed. And I was very sad. Yeah, hard luck, and that just, on top of constantly dropping things, and just one of those days, and I'm already not feeling that great. I've got combination allergies and getting over a bit of a cold because the children like to sneeze directly into my eyeballs at work. And it is soup outside. So, now we're here. Now we're live. Everything is okay. Knock on wood. We're just market prepping now. And despite it all, I did manage to get a tutorial filmed and edited. I just gotta put the footage together on my computer, and then I'll probably post it sometime in the beginning of August. Despite it all, I am still pretty far ahead in my filming schedule, so wanna stay as far ahead as possible as I can so that I can start working on some Vlogmas stuff. Though based on how quick the tutorial went today, filming and editing, I mean, it was for one of the flower coasters, so of course it went pretty quick. So Vlogmas is probably gonna be like a tutorial-mas, where I just post tutorials of all my different Christmas patterns. Because I do make a lot of Christmas stuff. Christmas is my third favorite holiday. Because I'm Eastern Orthodox, but the rest of my family is Catholic, I get 2 Christmases. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shoot, I forgot to record a vlog clip. We're fine. We're fine. Well, I think I will treat myself. Adonis has been yelling for me. I'm hiding. Oh, Adonis. See, my cats are the opposite. They've been hiding from me today. Because it's been so hot. They just are off melting in various parts of the house. Your brain can't shut off. No. I mean, I have ADHD. My brain never shuts off. That's what the anti-anxiety medication's for. No. Well, Guinness is also still a bit mad at me because he has had some poopy still hanging from his butt yesterday morning. And I had to chase him around trying to clean him up. And he did not want to be chased around, cleaned up. And yes, he is elderly, but he is still freaking fast. And then the whole time I'm chasing around trying to clean him up, Rocky's like, oh, are we playing chase? Are we playing chase? And I was like, guys, it is 5:30 in the morning. Life is a nightmare. But I've been through enough these past couple days that I'm gonna treat myself to some yarn tomorrow. I'll get some nice stuff from Premiere. I know they just released that new Very Plush Parfait yarn today. It looks really nice. I didn't get any. I know sometimes for some of us affiliates, they send us samples of the yarn that they're releasing. Wasn't included in this one. As I know, they spread it out among who gets the samples. Oh look, Nightbot just said my Premiere Yarns affiliate link in the chat. Yeah, everybody go use that, please. If you want anything nice from Premiere. I know they're having a sale on, like, supplies and such. So I think I'm going to pick up some knitting needles because I've been really into Passionate Kelsey's double-stranded knit beanie pattern for my scrap yarn. Though that's pretty much off camera. You do that with your cat too? He was a long-haired cat. Yes, the problem is Guinness is a short-haired cat. So, yeah. If he wasn't so old, I would be booking him an appointment with a groomer just to get him all cleaned up, because he's just been shedding like crazy. And I would love to give him a spa treatment, but he's going to be 15 in a couple weeks, and I don't want to put him through the stress of being groomed professionally, because it'd be loud, annoying, strangers. He'd be away from me, and he doesn't like being away from me. He'd be away from Rocky and Zuzu, and if he can't find them, he starts like panting and hyperventilating. So it's just me chasing him around with wet wipes and a brush, like, please. Just hold still. I know you like brushy, but he doesn't like it when I wipe his butt or his paws or trim his nails. I'm like, buddy, I gotta tidy you up a bit. There's only so much your tongue can do. Rocky loves to be groomed, so he sees me sitting there brushing Guinness, and he's like, oh, me too, and then he just shoves Guinness out of the way, and Rocky literally stole the brush out of my hand last night when I was giving Guinness a brush down before bed. And Rocky had already had his turn. I had already given him a good brush, and I had given Zuzu a good brush, and then Guinness was like, okay, I have my turn. And Rocky literally, like, pulled the brush out of my hand while I was brushing Guinness, and he, like, held it, and then he started, like, rubbing his own chin on it and brushing himself. So I should probably get him a decoy brush. Because they love being brushed. But it'll probably be a while before any of them come on camera, because they were all melting upstairs last I checked. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10. How many of this in this color did I do? 12. Okay, so I did 12 in the rainbow, which means 2 more to go. So about 1 skein of this makes the crown of a hat. It's not enough to make an entire hat. I've tried. I know this is similar to the ones Passionate Kelsey makes. Mine are different though because the tension is much looser, the fit is much looser, and I use fewer rows than she does. But her drop live stream was very nice to watch earlier today. If you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of fun here. Right now we're making a bucket hat. Turn Works by Lydia. Hi, welcome to the live. Hope you had a great Saturday. Called it the watermelon hat. Yeah, I overheard that at one point. I was kind of split between watching the live and market prepping today. I overheard watermelon hat. I made a bunch of scrubbies today. I think I made 8 red, white, and blue scrubbies. Fill out the stock on my website. A couple coasters. Might do a couple more coasters tonight on live. I don't know. I just grabbed a big bucket of different yarns. What are you making? I am crocheting a granny stitch bucket hat. We're still working on the crown, but we're about to move to the ruffly part. Just 1 more row of the rainbow, and then we will switch to white for the ruffles. I think this is my only hat on my website that I make that uses cotton yarn. Normally I'm an acrylic yarn girly for the hats. It's so cute. Thank you. Yeah, it is pretty nice. It's cute. Should make some solid white ones. I know my aunt was asking if I would make some solid white ones. She loves bucket hats. How long have you been crocheting? Since 1999, so that's 26 years. Yeah. "26 years. Long enough that it has to get its own health insurance. God, that was my biggest stressor about turning 26. Clink, you're only... For some reason I thought you were older, Leah. Been crocheting since you were born. It's always funny when people I know turn out way younger than I thought. I thought you were at least 30. You're 26. Enjoy your own health insurance. Your health insurance worry birthday. Yup, I remember when I turned 26. And I was at work freaking out, and the owner came in with a nice big envelope with my name on it. Said happy birthday. There was like a bow on it and everything, and it was the health insurance enrollment paperwork. Because I stayed on my dad's insurance as long as I could. And then for my job I got lucky. It's not my health insurance journey is not the same as everyone else. I'm actually very privileged. So the insurance at my job was actually... Someone just put red on the bottom, but she said she was too lazy to take new pictures. I totally get that. But my health insurance at my job is actually better than the plan I was on when I was on my dad's insurance. So I have to pay for it all myself, and it's more expensive, but it all works out in the end. I was paying a $60 copay back then for a 30-day supply of my ADHD medication on my dad's plan. And on my current plan through my job, I pay $10 for a 90-day supply. And my deductible is a lot lower, so I fill my prescriptions in January and my deductible is met for the entire year. So, thank goodness I'm very lucky to be in that position. Though it really sucks that I pay $350 a month. Because my employer pays half the premium. So they pay $350 a month, I pay $350 a month. Okay, what row are we on? I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we have one more row of rainbow to go. But I remember as I was approaching 26, I researched the heck out of the American health insurance industry, and let me tell you, now I have high blood pressure because of it. It is so stressful to think about. Especially seeing as that I'm kind of at the whim of my employer on the health insurance situation. Which just stupid system. They really should change the law and up it to 30. instead of 26. Or better yet, remove any and all age caps, because if your parents are willing to keep you on the plan, you should be able to stay on the parents' plan. Like, if my dad could have, he would have kept me on the insurance to this day. But alas, or better yet, let's just get an NHS like the UK. Oh, no, there's a lot of things in this country I get angry about. You ever just feel your blood pressure go up? Alright, see you again in a bit, Laura. I'll be here. Ugh, my face is so sweaty. Soup. All right. Okay, we'll cut this. Attach the white. So this is about how much I have left of the pastel ombre / buttercream. When I get through, this is not enough to make a whole hat, but it's enough. I save these little bits and I use it for coasters. I'll make white coasters and then have a nice trim and a different color around it. All right, let's pull out the cone of yarn. Like the cone of shame, but more fun. Pull that tight. Okay, now I just need to see, when do I start doing the increases? Start on the white. That's when I do the increases. Okie dokie. I'm going to do a couple rows of this, and then we're done with this hat, and we can move on and make something else. Might do another bucket hat, but in another color. I know, again, my craft show is up in Buffalo Bills territory, so I should definitely make some red, white, and blue ones. And then I also need to start thinking about Halloween things. I want to make like black cat coasters, but I either need to find a nice pattern for that and then base something off of that, or I don't know. I was making some regular round coasters last night before bed, and I noticed, if I stopped if I did a couple rounds in a circle but then stopped, it looks kind of like a kitty cat. So maybe I'll do that. Make some black cat coasters for Guinness. Because he's a black cat and it's almost his time to shine. My gosh, Rocky and Zuzu are going to be 5 on Friday next week. I'll have to chase them around a bit with the camera and film them a happy birthday video. So next week's live stream will be their birthday party live stream on Saturday, because their birthday is next Friday, but my brother and sister-in-law are coming into town, so we can't do it the day of. But yes, next Saturday, you're all invited to get Rocky and Zuzu's birthday live, even if they probably won't appear. Well, we know Zuzu won't. Rocky might. He was sleeping before I jumped onto live. Sprawled out on the ground because it's hot and they're melting. And there goes the AC again. Yeah, I'm done with summer. Let's see, can we just skip August? Go right into September. So I can start preparing for Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. And my brother's wedding. Ah! It's in about 2 months. So Tuesday night live will, if it's not too hot, will be a Granny Square live because we need to do the final push to finish this blanket. I hate heat. Well, a lot of the medication I'm on, I can't tolerate heat, and I just naturally can't tolerate heat. I have a weirdly low body temperature, so anything gets too hot and I'm just laid out dead. So when the AC broke at work on Thursday, I was miserable. I brought my own portable unit into my classroom. So I was like, I'm not doing this. I know the heat index isn't hot enough to force us to close, but I'm not doing this. And I found out in Pennsylvania that space heaters are not allowed in child care facilities, but portable cooling devices are. Which I find strange. But whatever. Somebody just revved their engine up the street. Alright, it's 8:20. We have been live for an hour. We just hit the hour mark. So like the live if you haven't already. Pretty please. Which means it's taken about an hour to make this hat. Maybe they're looking out for your pants. Maybe yes. Make sure I don't set them on fire. Now, I remember talking to our inspector, though, about the no space heater thing once, because he himself says that he thinks that regulation should be updated, because modern space heaters, as long as you don't horribly misuse them, are actually quite safe. Because they have, if you use electric ones, because they have anti-tip sensors in them now. So that even if they're even slightly off balance, they just immediately shut off. So, I mean, I use space heaters in the winter in my house because the gas bill is just ridiculous. And my dad treats the thermostat like a radioactive sin box when he's home, so I have a little heater I keep down here in my yarn nook. And we have a wood stove, but that can only do so much. Dads and thermostats, my goodness. You know, in my house hunting, I'm primarily looking for like electric heat. Houses with electric heat. Because one of my big OCD fears as a child, because I do have OCD, so everybody calm down, was carbon monoxide. And there were times when I was a kid where I literally wouldn't sleep because I'd be too busy sitting there staring at the carbon monoxide alarm to make sure it didn't go off. And then I got put on medication. But I still have that fear in me. I'm on medication now, so that kind of suppresses that. So I want a house with electric baseboard heating. And everyone I talk to is like, oh, but that's so expensive. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you know what else is expensive? The therapy bill. So I want my electric baseboard heating. Okay, we've got one more round of granny stitch clusters and then one round of single crochet, and then we are done with this hat. You're back. Welcome back, Laura. Welcome back. Alrighty. We are making excellent progress here. One more round of granny clusters, one round of single crochet, and then we're done with this hat. And then we'll see what else we can make. Because like I said, I've got a big bucket of yarn just over my shoulder of all sorts of all of the yarn of things I need to make for market prepping. Or I can go over to my cabinet and get more yarn because it's over there. It's just over there. Maybe at some point in the future I'll make some solid white bucket hats. This on something about I was talking about space heater regulations in daycares in Pennsylvania. And then we reference back to when Sarah at Crochet Vision set herself on fire using a space heater at one of her craft shows. Because the air conditioning at my job broke on Thursday. Ban of space heater. Yeah, and I mentioned how I remembered talking to our state inspector once when he did a drop-in about space heater bans. And how he thinks the legislation should be updated because modern space heaters are actually quite safe, electric ones. Because they all have to have anti-tip technology in them now, so if they're even slightly off balance, the whole thing just immediately shuts down. And we got on the topic of those space heaters because the air conditioning broke at work Wednesday night, so Thursday they had it off. They had somebody that was going to come in and fix. And I messaged the owner and our DHS person like, hey, I know space heaters are banned. What about portable cooling fans? Because I know they make space coolers, I guess. It's like a countertop portable air conditioner. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's basically the opposite of a space heater. It's a space cooler. I was like, are those allowed? Yes, they are. So I brought one in on Thursday. And my room was the most popular classroom that day. because it was hot. But also my room, it's positioned in the building, and the way the windows are, we're getting direct sunlight literally the entire day. Just based on how the windows are located. So even with the air conditioning going, if the sun is out, it's hot as heck in my classroom. Also, I can't tolerate heat, so I've been at war with the owner for years on what the thermostat should be set at. Hi, Mom! Cindy's in the house. Mom's in the house. Woohoo! So, we are almost done with this bucket hat. We've got one round of single crochet, then it's done. And then we can decide what we're gonna make next. Alright, that looks pretty good if you ask me. Nice and rainbow, but pale, so do one. Yeah, he and I have never gotten along. Lily's, but it's pretty much identical. It's loops and threads pastel ombre, but it's Lily Sugar and Cream Buttercream with a different label slapped on it. Let me see, where's it made? Made in Canada. I was thinking, do I have any Lily Sugar and Cream in there? Because usually I have, like, off-brand. Lily Sugar and Cream has never really been a yarn that I've gone for until in the past couple years when I've realized, oh, I like this. But this was loops and threads. So maybe I'll buy a big pack of buttercream because I do really like this colorway. I want to make all my cotton patterns with buttercream. I have a lot of cotton yarn patterns. A lot. Or I could just get a Michael's Pro pack of this one. I don't know. We'll see how these sell at my next market, and then we'll buy more. What happened with the pasta? Rotten luck happened with the pasta. I got a weird, like, tremor in my hand, I guess, and then the strainers failed, and the pasta went into the sink, and I crashed out a bit. Feel very warm here on the 3rd floor of the building. Ugh, heat rises. Yeah, my house is 3 floors, and I don't even go up on the 3rd floor at all during the summer. I migrate downstairs and sleep on the couch. Yes, Mom, my string of bad luck continued today. Because for some reason I kept dropping things all day, and then the pasta fell in the sink, and I hollered a bit, and then I made another box because I already had the sauce ready. And if the sauce wasn't already ready, I would have ordered DoorDash, but oh, my homemade iced coffee is great. Alright, we are done with this bucket hat. Ta-da! Alright, now what should we make? Let's toss this in the whip drawer over here with everything else. This is what I use the leftover scraps for. These rainbow edge coasters. Alright. Now what should we make? Let's dive into the yarn bucket and see what there is to make. Okay, we could make a bucket hat using this. We could make a row of flowers tea towel using these. We could make some mesh tea towels using these. Or we could knit this hat some more, but I don't really feel like doing that, so I have to focus more with knitting than I can with crocheting. So our choices are red, white, and blue bucket hat, mesh tea towel, flower tea towel. Place your votes now while I, hydrate. Excuse me. Grab. Just waiting on the chat. Somebody please tell me what to do. Or we're gonna have to say red, white, and blue hat. Okay, 1 vote for red, white, and blue hat. I can't remember how I do the colors for the red, white, and blue hat off the top of my head, so y'all discuss amongst yourselves. I'm just gonna go run and grab one. I'm getting old. here I am. Blue hat, sunflower colors. I don't have the yarn for that right now. Sunflower colors. I'll add that to the list of bucket hats to make because I could do white or brown. I'd need more brown, but I could do the whole thing in brown and then yellow petals and then peacoat. Okay. Dang it, Mom! Give me more ideas I need to write down. 1 second. Where's my pen? Where's my... That is a crochet hook, not a pen. Okay. My pen. There it is. My millennial pen. Millennials. Walking around like they rent the place. Sunflower colors. Definitely need more brown cotton to do that, but they'll work. Alright, seems like everybody said bucket hat so far, so let's make a red, white, and blue bucket hat. Get myself all recombobulated. Yeah, I need to stretch more. Pen there. Alright, so here's what the red, white, and blue ones look like. I kind of alternate each row to make it stretch. And then I do the single. It's thundering here, what about there? It was thundering earlier today, but it's not anymore. Or it is, and I just haven't been paying attention. Been kind of locked in crocheting and doing chat and stuff. Talking to the internet people. Okay, we're going to do a red, white, and blue bucket hat. So I start with white. So we're using peaches and cream white and loops and threads, classic cotton in the color 2011. Patriotic ombre. This is not an ombre. This is a multi. Just because it's multiple colors does not make it an ombre. Yarn label for Guinness. I don't save my yarn labels. I know a lot of people do. I only do if there's like a pattern on the back, and then I'll put it in my scrapbook. I have a scrapbook for patterns I've collected over the years. Let's put these in here. Pull up this. Alright, we'll make another bucket hat. We're just at the hour-and-a-half live mark. If you're just joining, please don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. Saving up for a down payment on a house, any little bit helps. Please help me get my watch hours up. The algorithm has also just really not liked me this week for some reason. Normally on all my shorts I get like at least a couple thousand views, but this week I've been struggling to break 900. Which, yeah, I know sometimes it slumps, but it's just... meh. Make the algorithm like me, please. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Wow, it hasn't been this dark at 8:45 in a while. tight. Okay. Now to change colors. Fight for my life for a second bit here. Just started raining here. Oh boy, how fun. I bet Dad's real special about that. Okie dokie. No, we don't want to use the white for the second row. We want to use the red, white, and blue. So, boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Why am I struggling so bad tonight? Oh, there goes the ice maker in the fridge. Warrior 2 with the rabbits in the garden. Alright, so he's moved on to something else to complain about. Gotcha. Heavy rain expected soon. Expected to start at your location at 9:02 p.m. Alright, so it's gonna rain here. Again! God, I'm starting to turn into my father when I complain about the weather. Every day I turn a little bit more into my dad, and I think it scares him. How is your garden doing? It's doing. None of the vegetables I planted have grown, but I've got good greenery in there. Shoot, 1, 2, 13, 14. Okay. For some reason it felt too big. Okay, now doing clusters of 3. In between the clusters of 2. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. have forgotten to take clips for the vlog I'm filming. Because my brain is just hot garbage today. So let's set up real quick and do that. Sorry you're quiet tonight. You're working on a crossbody bag. That's fine. Brave and Adonis attack. Godspeed. It's alright if you're quiet. Lurk away. Lurk away. Okay. Video, turn it. Raise it. Don't knock it over. Okay. Lower a bit because that tripod isn't as tall. Oh, no. This is why my neck is all messed up. Okay. We've been live for about an hour and a half now, and I am working on these cotton bucket hats using the pattern by Knotting Hook Crochet. Of course, the AC starts when I want to talk on vlog. I need like a mic or something that I can just pin right here. But, it's fine. We're low budget here at Small Pine Crafts, and that's part of the charm, I think. At least that's what I tell myself to feel better about myself. The cotton and the white cone just randomly got really soft. So I know normally the white peaches and cream, lily sugar and cream, all that is like super rough, but it just randomly got really nice feeling. Which, inconsistency, but yay, it feels nice. Love a good cotton yarn. I think my favorite cotton yarn has definitely become Cotton Sprout Worsted by Premier. Because it's super soft and super drapey and super nice. There we go. All right. Third row done. Very pretty. Red, white, and blue. Slip, stitch over. Oops. Not braining. more. Okay. This has somehow turned into a bucket hat live. Here's the first one we made. We made a rainbow one. I still need to weave in the ends, but we'll worry about that at another time. I'm just gonna keep that in the whip drawer and keep working on this red, white, and blue one. Alright, that's enough posture fix. Things I do for quality content. So I guess when I'm done market prepping, I'll need to start brainstorming stuff for fall. Because, yeah, I already have a lot of fall stuff in my shop, but this is a new year. And I need to come up with something new and fresh for fall. So I might definitely make maybe some acrylic bucket hats. So I have a lot of fall color yarn. Like, I've got a bunch of skeins of literally Premier Basics Autumn. I could make acrylic bucket hats out of that. If I could get some autumn colored Lily Sugar and Cream, we could do coasters. I don't know. I'm on a coaster kick. Obviously, since last week we tried to see how many coasters I could make in one day. And then the next day I proceeded to make several more. Can you crochet a Labubu? What the hell is a Labubu? Also, yes, probably I could. I do know how to do amigurumi. I just don't like doing amigurumi. So, yeah. I mean, I know it's like a doll thing, but like, where did they come from? What are they? Are they the like 2020's equivalent of Beanie Babies? Because if they are, I've seen this before, and I know how it ended. They're 50 cents at the thrift store now. You make pumpkins. I can. I don't really like doing amigurumi, but I mean, a pumpkin, maybe I could make like the pumpkin, but put the stem on, make it like a hat or something. I don't know. Or I could just suck it up and do some amigurumi pumpkins for the cash. I don't know, maybe. I do definitely want to do like pumpkin themed things. I know Repeat Crafter Me has a like pumpkin coaster pattern that I've wanted to try. I could make that, and then I could like do one with scrubby yarn and make pumpkin scrubbies or something. I hear kitty cat feet. Hello! Are you here to pay your dues, Guinness? Come on up. You just woke up, didn't you? You just woke up. Come on up, Guinness. The people wish to see you, sweet boy. Come shove your butt in the camera. Yes, your Guinness will eventually come up. Come up. You might blend in with my shirt, but... No, you want to rub on the... Okay. You want to rub your face on everything else instead. Okay, you do that, Guinness. Just know that Aaliyah's gonna sue if you knock her over. There he is. Here's the man. The man, the true star of the channel. Make pumpkins like hats, but you close both ends. Okay. No, Guinness, you can't have my coffee. How's your butt looking? He's here. The man is here. It's Guinness. Everybody's favorite black cat. Well, my favorite black cat, because he's my black cat. Yes. Disclaimer, yes, everything is properly cleaned before being shipped in my store, because cats. I have OCD, legit. I know how to decontaminate something. I thrived during the pandemic. Here's the black cat. Shove his butt in my face. There you go. Okay. He has forgiven me for chasing him around yesterday morning trying to wipe his butt. Hi. Hi. My lover boy. This is now Pet the Cat Live. God, you are so black. You are so black. Yes. You are so black. And so sweet. He's happy. He has paid his dues. Settle in and make a hat with me. Mwah. Yes. My baby. My baby. He has a chronic eye condition, by the way, which is why they look the way they do. Hello. You see, Guinness, people are saying hi to you. Yes, you're the true star of the channel. Yes, you and Rocky. Zuzu's their manager. Oh, there goes the air conditioner and the rain. Aw, you're headbutting me. Alright, kids, we gotta get some crocheting. This is still a crochet live after all. Yes, you're just a kitty. One like equals one treat for Guinness later. So, double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. To give the boy his treaties. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Hello, he has flopped. He's happy now. And again, sorry for the dull roar of my air conditioner set at the weird energy saver setting. We are making a bucket hat, Mr. Guinness. We are making a bucket hat. It is okay. At least it is working. Yes. Yes, it is working. I had to turn it off when I was filming a tutorial earlier because it kept coming on at like every time I opened my mouth it would turn on, and I was like, alright, we gotta suffer through this. Because I have to do most of my filming down here just because the way all the other rooms in the house, the lighting is weird or it echoes funny. So yes, black cat. I don't know if y'all can hear him purring, but he's like vibrating. He's so happy. He loves Saturday night crochet lives because he knows everybody is watching him and his handsomeness. Yes, you think it's all about you, Guinness. You are the star. You are. The public loves you. So, yes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty. Yay. Sorry, Guinness. I gotta bend over and fix the cone. Fell over. Okie dokie, my sweet boy. Please don't knock the camera over. They'll sue for damages. What did I just say? There we go. Okie dokie, artichokes. We're gonna fall, yes. And the damages that they'll sue me for will come out of your paycheck. Guinness gets paid in treaties. Yes. You get paid in the chicken and beef ones. You love your temptations. So, usually what I do for them is I have a big plastic container, like a cereal container, and I'll buy a bunch of different flavors of the treats that they like, and then I'll mix them all together in the container so that they're always getting a yummy treat. And the reason he's not running off because I'm saying treaties is because of the tone I'm using. He knows what tone I use to get his treats when he's actually going to get treats. I have a very specific voice I use with them when it's time to eat. There goes that tail. Most likely one cat, yes. Rocky was curled up sleeping when I saw him last. I was doing a lap around to see where they were before going live. He was pancaked out on my parents' bedroom floor. Just enjoying life. Adonis is watching you eat cereal. Yeah, so. And we know Zuzu's not going to come on live. She was also sleeping. But usually once this is usually Rocky's nappy time lately, so once he's down for a few hours. He never quite learned how to catnap. Like, once he's out, he's out. And he's usually out for a good 2 or 3 hours. So maybe he'll come down while we're on live. It's only 9:15. I'll probably be live for another 45 minutes, hour or so. Maybe he'll show up, but he had his dinner, so probably not. And we all know Zuzu's not going to come down. She was also asleep. She also goes and is a very deep sleeper. Took first place. Let's see. Wow, y'all are beating the Nightbot tonight. Awesome. I guess they stopped counting Nightbot. So. I still don't understand the XP thing. The experience points for chat. Like, do you win a prize or something? I'll become a social butterfly. Haha, Nightbot, eat my keyboard. Yeah. Take that, technology. Yeah, Nightbot's okay. Nightbot is the one robot I trust. Eat my key. Love it. No, I think they stopped counting Nightbot. Yes, bask in the glory. You finally won the race against the robot. Haha. Yeah, only took a week. Or 2. I think it's been 2 weeks since they rolled out the feature. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't really seen that much of it, but that's because according to my analytics, my biggest demographic are women 55 and older, 65 and older. And I don't know of any women 65 and older that would be into that kind of XP thing, gaining experience points in chat. Most people that watch my lives are lurking older ladies, it seems. That's what the analytics and YouTube Studio tell me, so. Which is fine. That's kind of always been my target audience, even though I am not in my 60s. Yes, hi ladies that are watching, but not chatting. Hello lurkers. I appreciate you lurkers. Speaking of YouTube features, I hear they're going to start deprioritizing AI slop on the algorithm, which I quite enjoy the idea of. I guess those Minecraft videos with an AI voice reading over Reddit posts will no longer be monetized, which is nice. Fight, fight, fight! Who's gonna be number one at the end of this live? Now that Nightbot's out of the running. Alright. Making good progress. Here's how it's looking so far. It's kind of pooling almost. He went to bed after trying to trick me into feeding him. Good Adonis. Made blackberry pancake syrup today. It's really good. Ooh, that sounds good. Y'all, my mom is into like canning and making preserves, and I wish food laws, I mean, I understand why food laws are the way they are. Regulations are written in blood, but y'all, I wish I could like put some of the stuff my mom makes up on my website, because she makes some good shit. Give me a blackberry syrup. Now I'm hungry. I want some. Yep, there goes some thunder. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love how funny you are. I was just thinking maybe someday we should try a mid-morning live when my affect isn't as flat and I have more energy. That would be fun, maybe. Saturday morning live instead of Saturday night live. Nah. Dennis! Well, thank you for walking away to do that. He just farted. Good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. Yes, I love you. Good boy. At least he didn't fart on me this time. He jumped down under the table here and farted. I don't know if y'all heard it, but I did. And now he's going back upstairs. Now he's eating a snack. Hey, dude. You're not getting liver for a week. Can't smell, but my eyes are watering. Oh yeah, fun fact about me. I have no sense of smell. And he does have good manners. He's a good boy. I raised him well. I have no sense of smell. And I lost it way, way, way before COVID. So, had a lot of fun with people with that one. No, I lost my sense of smell when I was 4 or 5 years old, which was a long time ago. So, I had a lot of fun with that during COVID. At work, I would randomly be like, guys, I can't smell anything. And everybody would freak out. And then I'd be like, ha 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 ha. And they'd be like, dang it, Gracie. Because, yeah. The idea of smelling is a very foreign concept to me. Because I lost it so long ago that I don't remember having one. So I always find it really hilarious when people try to describe how things smell to me, and I'm just like, okay, was it caused? Yes, I got a really, 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 really bad sinus infection that to this day I've really never really kicked. It's just a chronic thing. So, it's just something I've always lived with. So I always know when I'm getting sick when it rears up. Everyone's like, oh, you just have a sinus infection. Like, it's a sign. It means something else is coming. It's under control to the point where now it only really crops up when I'm sick with something else. But it was a really bad sinus infection and it caused some pretty severe damage to my nasal receptors inside my nose. So I still have a sense of taste because the reason people, when they have brain damage and lose their sense of smell and their sense of taste, that's because the structure in your brain for taste and smell are right next to each other. So when you get that brain damage to lose your senses, they both go out. But my damage was caused in my nose, so I still have a sense of taste. But I guess whatever structure in the brain that deals with smell has atrophied since I haven't been able to smell like most of my life. Oh, Guinness has a toy. Are you bringing me a mouse? Oh, the mighty hunter has brought me a mouse. Good boy. Yes, you brought me your mousey. You're a good boy. The mighty hunter. It's a toy mouse, just so you're all aware. Yes, you brought me your toy mousey. Oh, who just came downstairs? It's... Which one are you? Show me your face. It's Rocky! We might get a second cat after all. You have known no peace. Yes. Yeah, no. Yeah, but you never know who's watching. Gotta clarify these things. It's the internet. Oh, now he's flopped on the ground cuddling it. Technically, it's not even a toy mouse. It's a baby sock stuffed with catnip that's been sewn shut. Baby sock stuffed with catnip lady is basically the good version of soap lady, I would say. Because she's at, like, every market in my area. You're back in first. Aha! So we've got catnip sock lady in my area. But she's, like, so sweet and wholesome and nice. Never had an issue with her. Everybody loves her. She's just funny because she doesn't, like, apply for craft shows. She just kind of shows up with her baby socks stuffed with catnip. But because she's so known in the area, everyone's like, oh, everyone always should, all the markets in my area, they just kind of always have a spot for her. Because she just shows up. And all the cats in the area, like, follow her everywhere. Every time I've ever encountered her at outdoor markets, like, stray cats will just come up, take the socks, and leave. And she'd be like, ugh, oh well. It is raining in Michigan. It's raining here in Pennsylvania, too. But anyway, can I see this baby? Can I see it? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this one has been beat up quite a bit, but it's literally a baby sock stuffed with catnip, sewn shut. 3 for $10. Here you go. You can have your mousey back. Good boy. Yeah. So, catnip sock lady. Love her. I try to buy from her every time I see her, because I have 3 cats. And 3 catnip toys for $10. Good deal. Good deal. So, she's the good version of Soap Lady, maybe? Yeah, yeah, and she gives you, like, a little card with instructions for preserving them. So, usually when I see her at Christmas markets, because I am the type, I buy Christmas presents for my cats. I am that kind of white person. And she's like, yeah, you wrap them in aluminum foil and you put them in the freezer, and that keeps the catnip good pretty much indefinitely. So yes, there are catnip stuffed baby socks in my freezer most of the time because I am that kind of white woman. Like, it's very on brand for me that my last words would be like pss, 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 to a freaking mountain lion. Because kitty. So, and yeah, they're Guinness's favorite. He loves them. So I make sure he gets one. You buy toys for your pets too. Yeah, people buy. I know it's like buying regular toys for your pets, but I go. I buy stuff for them for Christmas and their birthdays like they're people. And I wrap it up and put it under the tree for them. And Guinness loves to chew paper. So he loves it because he can rip and chew at paper and open his present. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, it's we do what we want with our fur. We can for our fur babies because they're my babies. Uh-oh, Rocky. We're all gonna fall down. It'll come out of your paycheck, Rock. Oh shoot, he sees a bug. He sees a bug. Y'all are doomed. He sees a bug. I think this qualifies under my insurance as an act of God, and therefore you cannot sue me if he just knocks y'all over. You'd have no grounds. Okay, I went that way, so. Shoot, how many rows have we done? I have not been paying attention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're on row number 10. Yeah. Probably gonna fall down. Well, the bug went that way, so. But he's sitting on the folding table, so if he launches, it's all over. Oh, Rocky. Will you just get it over with? There he goes. All right. We survived! Huzzah! Oh, goodness. Oh, we hit the 2-hour and 15-minute mark. Nice, nice. If you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. I'd say we are kind of winding down. Not immediately. I think maybe after we finish this hat. call it a night. Definitely don't have it in me to make a whole other one for very long, since this takes like an hour to make. And it is 9:30, so how long are you gonna be live? I will probably stay live until I finish this hat. I don't know, maybe I'll make a couple coasters beforehand, but I will probably be off by like 10:15 so that I can get ready for bed. Because I did sleep in quite a bit this morning because I wasn't feeling well yesterday. Combination of allergies, heat, and I'm working through a cold. I'm on the tail end of a cold. Don't worry, I've washed my hands. To all my fellow germaphobes out there, remember, I know how to decontaminate. And then I took a longer than usual nap this afternoon, so I won't be completely exhausted, but I do want to try and get up at normal time tomorrow so that I can do some video editing and other things that I'm not going to be able to get done this week because my brother and sister-in-law are coming into town to talk to the wedding officiant. And I will want to hang out with them because I don't see them very often because they are busy people. But we'll still have our regular Tuesday night live. So. And we will do the regular Saturday night live just because that's the established schedule and they respect that. And we'll probably do like dinner and everything Friday night. A lot of those skeins of these, I think this is actually my last one of the red, white, and blue. I had a lot, but I think this is the last one. Yeah, I have this one. I have some scraps of this, but I use it for coasters. Maybe I'll make a Michael's run tomorrow. I don't know. I'm still kind of not buying yarn unless I actually need it. I'm gonna wait until my birthday, which is in September, it's soon, to buy any unnecessary yarn, just because I am trying to save. You don't normally go to bed till 1 but you feel like I go to bed now. I'm up past my bedtime. I usually start winding down for the night on weeknights at 8:30 because I'm up at 5. Which is hilarious because like I used to go out with friends at 10 o'clock at night, get home around 4, sleep for like 3 hours, and then go to my early morning classes. And now, if I'm still awake at 10 o'clock on a weeknight, the whole entire next day is just ruined. Life comes at you fast. But I don't know, I've had a drastic shift. Because I used to be quite the night owl when I was younger, and then once I turned like 23, all of a sudden everything just flipped. And now I'm one of those people sitting in the parking lot of the store at 6 a.m. waiting for it to open. Like, I don't know what happened. That's just, one day after I turned 23, I woke up at 5 a.m. I went to bed at 8:30 that night because I was tired, and it just never stopped. But I knew I was getting over something because I woke up at like 9 o'clock in the morning today after going to bed around 8:30 last night, so it was like a 13-hour stretch where I actually slept. So I was like, yeah, I've got a cold. Bless you, Guinness. So yeah, we'll finish this hat and then jump off live, but I've still got a bit to go. So we're not jumping off right now. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're on row 11. Shoot, alright. I'm slip stitch with the wrong one. Going to bed, I will talk to you later. Love you. Love you too, Mom. Thank you for coming to the live, as always. I appreciate it. Alright, 12. And then after that 12, we do increases. So. Right, got one more round of the red, white, and blue. And then we'll snip it off, do the ruffles, single crochet. We'll have made 2 bucket hats on live, which is good. Hey, you know, maybe next week we can get Miss Cindy on camera. Do a live together. 5 and 6 to be... I work by 8. I usually get up at 5 to be at work by 7. That's when I start my day. Rocky, good boy. Since I'm the first one to show up at work, I'm the one that unlocks the building, turns on all the lights, gets everything ready for the day for when we open at 7:30. But that means I leave ahead of everybody else. Since I'm an hourly employee, I refuse to switch to salary because then that means overtime, and I don't want to work lots of overtime. So because I'm hourly and they don't want to pay the overtime rate, I get out on time every day. Though they generally only let administrators be salaried. The rest of us are all hourly, but it's been offered to me before and I said no. And I get some coworkers that are just like, oh, it must be so nice that you get to leave early every day. I'm like, I'm not leaving early. I work the same 9-hour shift as you do. I'm just, sir, 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 Rocky, Rocky, do you mind? Sir, sir, can you move, please? Thank you, sir. Yes, fluffy attack. At least y'all stayed standing. But yeah, it does get annoying sometimes when new people at work are like, oh, it's so nice you get to leave early. No, I'm working the same 9 hours you are. It just seems like I'm leaving early because I'm here at butt o'clock in the morning. And in the wintertime, it's still dark. So, yeah. And I don't have extra, quote unquote, extra free time in the afternoon because I gotta go to bed so early. So, so it balances out. They're shooting off fireworks. What is it? Happy 26th of July. Yay, fireworks. Yeah, it's been surprisingly quiet here. Normally, everybody here is shooting off fireworks. But, claws. Claws. Ow, that hurt. Hi, Rocky. Can you not try to pull my crochet hooks out of the cart? Thank you. Doesn't surprise me, honestly. I'm glad nobody has set off any in my neighborhood. It's been weirdly quiet here this year. Like, normally the fireworks start here mid-June and they keep going until mid-August, but it's been quiet. Which means recession indicator? I don't know, the snack wrap is back, so I'm bracing for 2008 style again. Alright, where did I... There they are, okay. Don't say the keywords, that might be a fight in the middle of the street. I mean, I live in relatively white suburbia, so there's never anything interesting going on around here because somebody always calls the cops before things get interesting. And the crazy neighbor that used to cause all the problems moved away. But, yeah, nothing gets interesting here quickly. I don't get any chance to sit and be nosy. Okie dokie, yay. Whoop! There goes Rocky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okie dokie. Time for the ruffles. How are we doing this again? Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I threw an extra row in on these ones compared to the rainbow ones. Yeah, these ones are slightly bigger. They have this extra row. still the same measurements, just extra roughly, which is fine. Alright, I think we could probably squeeze 1 or 2 more hats out of this. Not tonight, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, maybe next summer I will do a how many of these bucket hats can I make in one day. I'll get like a big cone of brown and use someone of the zombies. Rocky. Rocky exists in a permanent state of zoomies. He has since he was a newborn. Because we actually know Rocky and Zuzu's exact birth date because a family friend was there in attendance helping his mother. And he was the only boy out of 11 kittens. And he came zooming out. And then he zoomed back over to nurse. So he's been in a permanent state of zoomies since his literal birth. And that's how we know his and Susie's birthday, because there was a human assistant in the delivery. There was 11 of them. All girls except for Rocky. He was the one boy with 10 sisters. And we didn't find out he was a boy until after we got him, because they were all so young and little, and you can't really tell when they're little for a while. And he looked like a girl. But then we took him to his first vet appointment, and they're like, wait a minute. Like, nope, this is a boy. He was in disguise. Probably because he had 10 womb mates and they were all girls. Oh, Rocky. And then Guinness was one of 4. 3 boys and 1 girl. And there were, for his litter, there were 2 all-black kittens, 1 tuxedo, and the girl who was a tortoiseshell. And I wonder how they're all doing these days, because we adopted Guinness from a shelter when he was itty-bitty kitten. He was my Christmas present 15 years ago. He picked me out at the shelter I was volunteering at. As I opened the door to scoop out their litter box, and he climbed up my arm, and I was like, Mommy, I want this kitty. So he was my Christmas present. And now he's gonna be 15. 4. just gonna do the ruffles now. So these ruffles are a little more than the rainbow hat, but that's okay. Maybe tomorrow I'll make some solid white bucket hats. But no, I need to make some red, white, and blue beanies at some point tomorrow. Because, yeah, it's the end of July. Why am I doing red, white, and blue now? Because my market is in Buffalo Bills territory at the end of August. And the Bills colors are red, white, and blue. And every year that I've done this market before, my red, white, and blue stuff, I can't keep it in my booth. So we're gonna overdose on the red, white, and blue up there this time. Got about a month to prepare. I have to think so far ahead because, I mean, I've got a day job. This is essentially my second job. And then, oh, it's my brother and sister-in-law coming in. I can make them help me attach price tags. Tried the hat, but never finished one. It's a good pattern. I make my own modifications, but I do that to every single pattern I've ever come across. I think the only time I ever followed a pattern exactly was an amigurumi corn cob I made back when I was either 14 or 15. That's the only time I ever follow patterns exactly, as if on the rare occasion I decide to do amigurumi. Otherwise, I'm like, nope, we're doing our own thing here. Alright, battle it out. We'll see. Who's the supreme regular? Live. Okay, so I'm going to do one more round of this. Got 3 rows to go for y'all to battle it out. This row of ruffle, one more row of ruffle, then a round of single crochet, and then the hat will be done, and we will say good night. Then I'm going to go to bed, and then tomorrow will be a video editing day / more market prepping day. / fulfilling a wholesale order day. It's just fun to see who has it. Yeah, I like seeing the leaderboards. If we don't count Nightbot, it's always either one of you two, Laura or Leah. And then the third is always a wild card. Sometimes it's my mom, sometimes it's somebody else. I don't know. Maybe someday the lurkers will come in and they'll start taking over the leaderboard. Who knows? That's fine, though. I like a slower chat. I always get bombarded enough during my day job. See, somebody always needs something from Miss Gracie. But I am glad because I fixed my video corruption issues I'd been having. And I found a faster way to get all my footage off my phone onto my computer, so you suddenly get bombarded with bots, you'll find out, yes, and I rest assured I know you guys you'll deal with them. Hope I don't get taken over by bots. That would suck. Feels like you're sitting on my couch. Yeah, it does. I like that. It's kind of like a knitting club, but I don't have to leave my house. Or my cats. Or a crocheting club. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I do knit too, though. Maybe some night we'll do a knitting live. I know, like I said earlier, I've been into Kelsey's double-stranded knit beanie pattern. That thunder almost sounded like my garage door opening, and I was like, are we gonna fight? Am I gonna fight a burglar? I do know how to fight. I do know how, as the kids say, to throw hands. No. Yeah. But I'm glad you like feeling like you're sitting on my couch during these lives. That's kind of the vibe I go for. I try to have a chill vibe. You only throw hands with it on us every other day. No, the last time I nearly fought someone was my friend Emily's wedding 2 years ago. So I was her designated bad guy to deal with her family and her husband's family. Oh, there we go again. Because I can be pretty intimidating when I want to be, according to the people who know me in real life. So, when the serious teacher voice comes out, I scare people. And we were at the reception, waiting to do the procession to walk in to the reception hall, and everybody was running late. And the kids in attendance were crying because they were hungry. Nobody had eaten in a long time. And we couldn't find my friend's mother-in-law anywhere. And I overheard she was walking around holding a bottle of wine and being like, "Oh, my son, my son, my son." She's that type of mother-in-law. And we were like 15 minutes behind. Everybody was irritated. Everybody was hungry, and she was off weeping in the bathroom. And my friend turned to me and she was like, "Gracie, go do your," she was near tears too. And she was like, "Please go do your thing." And yes, the table's moving. And I don't get mad like that often, but I was I was mad. And people that had known me for a long time knew of my wrath. People that hadn't known me a long time that were also in attendance at the wedding had only heard stories of my wrath. And they were like, "She's 5'2". How scary can she be?" And I walked into that. I literally, both doors open. They bounced off the walls. I shoved them open so hard. Everyone turned and looked at me, and it was a lot of people I worked with because my friend and I, we worked at the same school at the same time. She left to go do her PhD, but still comes around as a sub. So we had a lot of people there that had worked with me for several years and people that had only known me for not several years and had only heard stories of my wrath. And then I shoved those doors open and they bounced off the walls and I was going in. My one coworker that was there started herding people out of the way. Because I was beelining it for the women's room because that's where I had heard she last was, being all weepy. And I was going to drag her out by her hair if I had to. And then, some older woman stepped in front of me and put her finger in my face and was like, "She needs a minute." Yes, exactly. You weep about it when you go home. You don't delay the internal procession for 15 minutes when there are kids in attendance that are hungry and have been out in the heat taking pictures. Because we're both teachers, so of course there was like a million kids at the wedding. So yeah, this woman got in my face and like shook her finger in my face and was like, "She needs a minute." And I told her, get that finger out of my face or I'm gonna bite it off. And she didn't for a minute, so I wasn't actually gonna bite her, but I moved like I was gonna bite her and she took off. So then I went into the ladies' room and I told her she could fix her face and come do the procession. Or we could end up on the news when I drag her out of there by her hair. Because I had no qualms about beating her in God's house if it meant keeping my friend happy. Because you know what? I'm Orthodox. All I'd have to do is confess my sins and all would be eventually forgiven. So she pulled herself together and followed me out. And we had the procession as normal and everything went really well. I did. Yeah, no, she had to. I know her. She's a drama queen. Always has been. And my friend's husband, it was like, he wasn't dealing with his mother-in-law because he was busy trying to calm her down. Because my friend is on the spectrum and didn't want her having a complete blowout meltdown on her at her reception. So he was dealing with her. I went to go deal with the mother-in-law. And I did not drag her out by her hair. But she came out, had the procession as normal. All was fine. Then we were just drinking and dancing and having a great time afterwards. And one of my students was in attendance. And her dad is a big, scary prison guard. And he came up to me and was like, "You scared the crap out of me?" And he works with people that are serving 25 to life for murder. And he said I scared him. And he was like, "I'm so glad you're my daughter's teacher because no one's going to mess with her." So yeah, that's the last time my wrath really, truly came out. That was about 2 summers ago. But then everyone that was there realized, oh, this is why people are afraid of her. So I'm on duty for my sister-in-law and brother's wedding. So now I told my sister-in-law about it, and she's like, when we get married, can you do that for us, please? If anybody tries to start things. Which I know she won't have any troubles with in-laws because my mom is the very stiff upper lip type. She won't cry or cause any scenes until 3 days after the wedding. Yeah, my sister-in-law's mom is very nice. Like, my brother loves her. She's great. But she's got a couple relatives that I'm supposed to keep an eye on and dispatches needed. But I know I did my job right for my friend for her wedding because I was co-maid of honor with another friend. She basically did all the booking and talking to people. I did all the other background planning and the terrorizing people that thought it was all about them. So are you going to have the blanket done in time for the wedding? Yes, I will. It is very close to being done. I don't have that many more granny squares I need to make and block. And then I think I finally figured out the border I want to put on it. I'm just going to do a simple, probably a crab stitch border using the variegated yarn. And just keep it simple. Because I couldn't decide what border I wanted to put on it, so I went to my brother. I gave him some options, said you pick, because I can't pick. And they want just a simple, like, the crab stitch border, so. It will be done, even if I have to stay awake for 3 days straight to get it done in time, but we've got time. I finished the sweater scarf, and that was the other big aspect. I already have my dress. I don't have many other jobs to do. Except stand there and intimidate anybody that wants to start problems on their wedding. So, yeah. I was going to connect a bunch of granny squares tonight, but it was just too hot. So it's not supposed to be too hot next week, so we'll probably do that next week on a live stream. Probably Tuesday night. We'll get that done. Because I have done quite a fair bit of market prepping. And then I know we'll probably do a big old celebratory vlog about it. I know I want to film some tutorials for the different kinds of squares. And I'll release those, like, in the week leading up to the wedding. And I'll definitely have the wedding in my vlog. I won't live stream it, but... Though actually I might, because I have a friend, old friend of mine from high school that my brother and sister-in-law invited, but he'll be back in Europe at that time. So... I don't know. Either we'll video chat, or it would probably be easier if I just live streamed it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But the blanket will be done in time. The sweater scarf is done. I'm gonna give it to her next week when she's here visiting. I've sent her pictures. She's very excited. Maybe I could get her to model it for a vlog. No, I doubt it. She's kind of camera shy. But... Alright. Last round, then we're done. Right, Rocky? Yeah, it's time to start winding down and get off live for the night. Rocky is staring at me like it's time for bed. I want to go upstairs and cuddle. I want to cuddle on the couch now. So, we have to finish this hat. Yep, we did 2 hats. That's 2 more than I had originally. 2 hats down. I also made a bunch of coasters and scrubbies today. Though I only really did the scrubbies on the camera. And I filmed a whole tutorial for the flower coasters, so that will be coming out in the coming weeks. I'm thinking of releasing tutorials like the first Tuesday of the month. I don't know. But now that I've figured out another more convenient way to get the footage from my phone to my laptop, and again, everything keeps getting more streamlined. I'm getting more ideas. I will definitely be posting long-form videos a lot more often. I want to try like a tutorial every other month, at least for now. I don't want to run out of ideas and feel pressured to come up with something new every month. I've got my unboxing day videos. And we're well ahead of schedule that I think we're going to do Vlogmas this year. I'll cheat and pre-film a lot of it. Maybe I'll do like combination of tutorials and how many in a day videos, since those those don't take a lot to film, a lot of time. I like the how many in a day videos because it's just one day of filming. Boom, whole video done in one day. And tutorials for small things don't take a lot of time. I was done filming my flower coaster tutorial in just an hour and a half. So, Vlogmas will probably be a combination of tutorials and how many in one day videos. But I'll do it all in like Christmas things, like how many Christmas scrunchies in one day, how many Christmas scrubbies in one day. Here's a tutorial for a Christmas scrunchie. Here's a tutorial for a Christmas coaster. Here's a tutorial for, I don't know, a fun Christmas hat or something. How many peppermint swirl hats can I do in one day? So I know I've got some time off coming up for my brother's wedding. And I usually take a vacation every November, so that would be like a week and a half of days I don't have to work, that I can do whatever I want. So, yep. Yes, it's cheating, but it's my YouTube channel and I make the rules. If I want to film Vlogmas in July, then I'm gonna film Vlogmas in July. All right. That's it. We did 2 hats tonight. We just hit the 3-hour mark for live. Done Santa hats. I have done Santa hats before. In the past, when I was in high school, I made a lot of Santa hats and would give them out to people. And I do have a buttload of red yarn, so we will definitely do Santa hats. All right, we did it. 2 bucket hats this live. Ooh, nice. Red, white, and blue. But more white, so it'll keep the sun off your head more easily. So, there we go. Into the whip drawer with ye. Thank you all for coming. Good night. Thank you. Don't forget to... Go Bills. Go Birds. Go Birds. Though I will definitely say go Bills for money. So, we got our Bills merch. So, good night. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified every time I post. And check out my website where you can buy these. I do have some of these in stock on my website. So, yeah. Go buy something, please. So that I can have my down payment for a house. Drink your water, take your meds, and good night, everybody. See you on Tuesday.